guys, it's me, CraftySimmer, and welcome back to the channel. So it's been a while since I've done one of these speed builds. So today I am working on this modern Oasis. It's like a, so recently I've been seeing like a lot of lofty homes being built. Ugh. So I said that I wanted to build a loft home as well. So this is my little loft home. It's very interesting. It's very green. But I really like it. I think it turned out really nicely. So like I really like how the one side kind of looks like it was made out of like this big container and then it was like built upon. So that's kind of cool to look at, I think, in my opinion. So anyways though, when I usually do these videos, I usually accompany them with a story time. So yeah, so a couple months ago I was going to do something about a hotel situation in which my little sister was at a dance competition, and unfortunately dance competition also was well lined up with a hockey tournament as well. So here's the story. So it was early April, and we went to a dance competition. This was I think this was during my little break. And so we were away and at competition. So not only were these hotels booked filled with dancers, but they were also as well booked with hockey players. So typically things like any sort of team of any sort, you have a harder time actually finding accommodations for these groups because they can be destructive, they can be really loud, and I tend to forget that there are other people in the hotel. So okay, so and it wasn't just, I mean, and when we went to dance, it wasn't just us. It was actually in every hotel in the city where this competition and tournament were being held. So it was basically in every hotel it was the same situation where the kids really had no regard for authority and really had no respect. So yeah, so this is the story. So basically, you see what happened was that we were at this hotel for a dance competition. So, you know, that's kind of the basic gist of it. And then usually, my mom likes to go and book a hotel room because it's easier for her to book a hotel room instead of just driving back up from where we live. And all these places are relatively close. Most of I think the furthest has been 3 hours, but because of her doing this though, we also get a couple of hours to sleep in, as well as for the most part we also as well get a my mom travels a lot for her job, so she's kind of primed a lot to do finding hotel rooms with a lot of good amenities. So we got so she booked a hotel, and it had the pool and hot tub, the things that she usually does, as well as the hot breakfast that's for free. Well, not really for free. I mean, you pay for it anyways in your room, but you understand what I mean though. So basically, these hockey players, okay? These hockey players were really loud and really rude. I mean, they were playing hockey in the hallway at 5 in the morning when we're still freaking sleeping. That's freaking ridiculous that they were up and about at 5 in the morning and they were playing hockey in the hallway where, you know, there's other rooms around you and you're just playing hockey and you're screaming, and there's people downstairs and there's people upstairs. I feel bad for people downstairs because they have to listen to you ride around. I mean, it's ridiculous. And plus two, it was happening in every single hotel. This was in every hotel in the city that this was happening at. When we were talking to other moms we were talking about, you know, like, oh yeah, this was happening at our hotel too. And so that was really entertaining, because it's like, not only was this happening in our own hotel, like where we were staying, but it was happening at like all the other ones as well. So like, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, like, when you come home, like, there was one, like, oh my god, this was just a really horrible week, and this is kind of like a rant video about this, just so I can, like, get it out there. So, okay, so basically what was going on was that they were even, like, so, okay, I need to, like, figure out what I'm saying here, because I'm a hot mess over here right now. So basically, this competition was really just not even really a great one. I mean, like, the first night, we were behind, like, really behind schedule. It was, I'm pretty sure at one point, it was almost 2 hours behind. So, we were supposed to be done at, like, I don't know, like, what, 8, 9 o'clock at night? We were not out till, like, almost 11. And I just remember just starving. Like, it was a horrible time. Like, it was just terrible. So, and then when you come home, and then when you come back to the hotel room, who's in, like, the area where, like, the breakfast is, having a couple of drinks? It's the parents of these hockey kids, who are, you know, running their freaking kids right around the freaking hotel, like freaking banshees. So, anyways, though, there was another time, too, where these hockey players were, oh my god. Like, I understand kids being kids, but at the same time, too, though, you know, people don't like it when there's kids screaming in like, a restaurant. There's, you know, like, there are places made for them to run around and scream and yell and do all this stuff, not in a hotel room at 5 in the morning. They were playing Nicky Nicky Nine Door and in other hotel rooms at 1:30 in the morning. 1:30. And this was the night, too, that we just came home, we were tired, and they're knocking on these doors at 1:30, and then they're just ditching, like, that's really rude and disrespectful. I mean, you know, there's these girls who are sleeping in these rooms who have dance at 8 in the morning, and you're knocking on their door at 1. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that's, really, honestly, one of the worst events in a hotel I've had was this one in particular. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. There have been tons of instances where there's been kids running up and down the hall, screaming and doing all this stuff. But this has probably... But at least though these kids settled down by like 10 p.m. And I mean, like, that's okay. But the fact that they were running around and screaming like banshees at 1 in the morning, like, I'm sorry, like, please control your children. Like, that shouldn't be happening at 1 in the morning. There are people sleeping. You know, like, there might be other people who aren't there for competition or tournaments, are there for business. Like, that is really, like, I don't know. There is just a time and place for everything. And I mean, like, I don't agree with, like, places banning minors because they don't want, because I mean, like, they want to give rest, because they want to give diners the, you know, like, the no child, like, having, like, just that quiet, nice experience. I mean, like, it's just, kids need to be taught manners, and what's okay and what's not okay. I mean, like, there have been times where, like, I'm like, don't get me wrong, I come from, like, a big family. I have 4 younger siblings, and 2 of them have neurological disorders, and, so I mean, like, when I was younger, we were traveling, and there were these people that would actually, I mean, like, there's this one time in, like, a restaurant where we were on a road trip. We had a little kid with us, and so, well, both me and my brother were little, so basically, he had to run around, he had to go and play, and he, like, he didn't get all this energy out because we were on a road trip. He's been sitting in, like, a car seat all day, right? But, then, what happened was that the restaurant actually moved us to a like kind of like a more like private area of the restaurant, and so basically then my brother was able to run around and do his thing and just get all the energy out, and we can eat and we weren't disturbing other people. Like, I don't know, I mean, people just, oh my god. I don't know, I mean, like, it might just be the way that I was raised, in terms of the fact that if I was doing that, I would not be alive right now. Like, honestly, like, if I was doing that, like, my mom would not be okay with that. She would freaking make sure that I knew better, and that I didn't do that again. So, like, I don't know, I mean, like, I think this is pretty much just a little bit of a rant video about being polite and understanding that there are other people, and that, you know, and I mean, like, it's okay, you know, to go and let your kids go run and do their thing, but, you know, that's why there's a pool, right? That's why, like, that's why my mom goes and find hotels with like water slides and pools when we go traveling with like my younger siblings, because then they have a place to go and play and run and scream and do all of that stuff, because that's what a pool, well, not really run, but they can get all that energy out and they're not disturbing anyone. And I mean, like, it's practically normal in a hotel when you see like all these kids running around and screaming and playing, and you know, it shouldn't be in the hallway, it should be in the pool or in a playground, or, you know, like, anywhere else where it's like acceptable, and that, like, that's what you should expect. I mean, okay, so this is pretty much the end of my rant here, because we're almost at the end of the video, so I mean, like, yeah, so basically, like, I don't know, please don't let your children run up and down the halls in a hotel room, because honestly, you are probably going to be like the most hated person in the hotel. I mean, like, even the staff hated them so much. There were times where, like, honestly, if we caught those kids, we would have dragged their butts down to the receptionists, and we would have made sure that their parents knew what the heck they were doing. You know, for all I know, probably they might not even know, but who knows? Honestly, I don't know. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for listening to my ranting about this hotel situation. And, yeah, so I will see you all next time. Bye there, guys.
I'm losing my grip.